Hello, divine rising, divine evening, divine day. Whenever you come across this spiritual conversation, hello everybody. I am getting these cards shuffled. They were sticking together a little bit, as y'all can see. So I was just getting those shuffled, but welcome to the House of Petals. I am Lee, if you don't know me. And if you do know me, then welcome back. I appreciate you for showing up for yourself and others. Thank you. Welcome back. This is going to be a quick check-in for my Taurus. Honestly, Taurus, y'all were just like on my mind. Like, I wanted to do some videos, I wanted to do some content, and it was just like all I kept hearing was Taurus. Now, we are at the very end of Scorpio season. I mean, like the last day. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Taurus is Scorpio sun sign. So that was interesting to me. So you could have your North Node or South Node in Taurus and or Scorpio. So that may resonate with you for this video. But I'm not going to spend too much time chit-chatting. To be honest, we're going to get straight into it. This is a timeless message. However, we are currently having a new moon in Scorpio. Y'all, I'm outside. Okay, the dog park is nearby. I'm shuffling this deck a lot, y'all, because it's new. I'm still getting it refreshed. But this is a timeless message. It is a new moon in Scorpio, okay, at the end of November as I record this. But it is timeless, meaning whenever you come across this, it is for you. Whenever you catch this message, it is for you, okay? Take what resonates, leave what does not. This is for you if you are a Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or like I said, North Node or South Node. Okay, let's get into it. I just saw Tony the Tiger, okay, if you are familiar. Is that like Frosted Flakes? Like, but what I heard, the energy that came through with that Taurus is like, it's about to get greater, or I just heard the word great, okay? So, whoever you are, this message, it's like it's time for you to see your own greatness, or it's time for you to do greater, okay? I also heard greater investments, greater results, okay? But regardless, it's just this message is about, I also heard expecting greater, exceeding, okay? It's about being great. It's about your greatness, okay? It's about your destiny, all right? We got cards flying out. Spirit, what is it that you want to tell the Taurus about greatness at this time? What are the messages that you have for Taurus? Give me 3 cards, please. Okay, Taurus, they're talking about your individuality, okay? They are saying, do not be afraid to stand out. Do not be afraid to be different. Do not be afraid to be original, is what I'm hearing, okay? We got the moon. Cibation. One more card. So you got the moon coming out. It says intuition and emotional healing. You have cibation, purify, cleanse, and release. So I was talking about your individuality, your ability to stand out and be original. And you have the moon, cibation, and the last card that came out is Mars. And so with these 3 cards, honestly, it's like there is a time to birth something new, okay? With this card here, with this moon energy, I'm really getting towards when it comes to your individuality, okay, your authenticity, your originality. Spirit is saying it's time to birth something new. It's time for you to, because although this to me looks like a mother to her daughter, but also like a woman to her past self, like when she first started this journey of motherhood or this journey of sisterhood or whatever the case may be, right? Even if you're a masculine Taurus. But this energy to me is really like your it could even be like older you looking at younger you, right? Or higher self versus, you know, where you are now. And I just feel like the way that she's talking to her and holding her face, what Spirit is saying right now with the Moon card, it's time for you to it's something about expressing your individuality and how this is connected to your emotions and your mental. So I guess how I'm perceiving this is like you connect to people. Okay, and I feel like this resonates for Taurus, especially the Taurus I know. I feel like Taurus everyone connects to people in an individual way, but I feel like this message is saying that you connect to people in a very authentic way, but it's time to be more emotional. Honestly, it's time to be more intuitive, like letting that part of you be expressed. That may be something that people are not used to with you, but I feel like it is also a very like unique thing about you. Like what Spirit is saying is like your intuition is like unique about you. Like I don't know how else to say that. Like it's really like showing up in this energy that people don't expect from you. Okay, Taurus, to really keep it simple, keep it general, is really a heavy message of like showing up in a way that people, that is very new for you, but especially in regards to your emotions in your mind and how you express yourself. Okay, the next card that you have here is Libation, Purify, Cleanse, and Release. Again, you have this energy of like an elder and a younger person, or a mother and a father. I said a mother and a father, or a mother and a daughter, or father and son, or granddaughter, grandmother and granddaughter, right? Regardless, there's this energy of maturity, maturation, but also of divine guidance. Okay, you're really being led at this time. Okay, you could be stepping into motherhood or fatherhood, okay, or there being some changes as far as responsibility and dynamics in your life, in your household, and it feels like that you need the I was gonna say the energy, but you have Mars here, the energy, the drive, the passion to really push through, okay, this journey. This is also giving me Six of Swords, Six of Wands, to push through this journey, right, of like being able to feed yourself, being able to guide yourself. This is what this card is giving me. But the message I'm also getting with this card is like, you know, the saying where they say like you can give a man a fish or you can teach him how to fish. So I also feel like, Taurus, you're in this season where we'll pull a few more cards, where you're needing to exactly show up and give your energy, show up and allow your passion and your drive to I'm gonna be honest, it's almost it's time to prove yourself, but not to anyone but yourself, honestly, Taurus. Okay, we got a bunch of cards flying out, the sun on top, proving yourself to yourself, right? The sun having to do with our identity, our personality, our individuality. But you need to push through, okay? There's this stagnancy or this lack of belief, okay? Excuse me. There's this stagnancy, or like this, I don't want to call it stagnancy, okay? You got Neptune popping out. Again, I don't want to say stagnancy, but I was going to say like this lack of belief in yourself. I just keep getting that the way that the elder or the authority figure in these cards is having to say like chin up, raise up. But with Neptune coming out, right, as I say, like this limiting thought or thinking about yourself, right? Neptune is here to expand your imagination. Neptune is here to help you bring your imagination to fruition. But Neptune is also encouraging you again to lean more into this, into your intuition, your emotions, which can also be seen as your feminine energy. But regardless, it's your psyche, it's your intuition, okay? If you also feel like they want to talk about this stagnancy, give me a few cards about this stagnancy. What is it that Taurus need to know? But what I was going to say is, if you also have been feeling stagnant, then that's why Spirit is saying you have been ignoring your intuition, or you have been ignoring the magic or the instruction, or being under illusions. Regardless, it is something to do with your psyche, your mind, your imagination, your willpower, okay? What is this stagnancy? Give me 2 more cards for Taurus. What is the message that they need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, you have Lilith, the dark divine mother of creation. So yeah, this is literally the divine feminine, the supreme feminine energy of creation, of spirit, of alchemy, of rebellion also is what I just heard. Again, there's really, and I feel like this rebellion, yes, it's like rebellion to what's around you, but this really feels like rebellion to the old you. It feels like rebellion to the way that you've done things, the way that you've processed things. It just, again, it feels like showing up in this way that may even be surprising to you, okay? And this is the Black Moon Lilith Alchemy deck. What I think is interesting, there's not any other signs really showing up here. There's planets. So this definitely also feels like a you versus you season right now, okay? Not that there's not other things going on. Of course, you got Black Moon. The sun is back at the bottom. So that is important. It says your soul's purpose, okay? Like we were saying at the beginning of this reading, it's funny because I was getting heavy individuality, originality, authenticity energy with the moon card, which is the opposite of the sun, which is what that embodies in this deck, but it still popped out. So while we're talking about it too, again, divine feminine and masculine energy needing to be balanced out here is also what I'm getting, okay? Sun energy and moon energy, yin and yang energy, needing to be balanced out for you, Taurus, in the way that you express, in the way that you create, in the way that you deal with things, even is what I just heard. But the last card that you had that came out is release perfectionism. I said there was no signs that showed up here, but Virgo showed up here. So you could have some Virgo placements, okay, or be dealing with a Virgo. That's another earth sign. But with the release the perfectionism coming at the end of this reading, Taurus, and this whole reading, us talking about your individuality and your authenticity and your originality, I feel like this card ending out, you know, is telling you to release perfectionism, release the concepts, the ideas that you used to hold on to about yourself, and allow yourself, again, there's this purity. You see her in the all white on this statue. So it's also like this pedestal, but not a pedestal of perfectionism, not a pedestal of purity, but just like a pedestal of being is what I just heard, okay? Allowing yourself to be in the pedestal of life, in the sense of like you, this could be real specific, okay? This is getting a little deep spiritually, but like on a pedestal, Taurus, where it's like you are always in love with yourself, in love with your life. You are always happy with who you are, but also happy with growing, okay? Again, I hope that this can be understood as the conceptualization of being happy, being in balance of the yin and yang, of rest and action, of receive and giving, of control and release, right? But letting that become more of how you do things, more of how you, again, experience things, how you process things. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, a big message too for this new moon has been releasing control, right? And so I feel like you are doing this cleansing, this releasing, to release control so that you can show up in a new way, also in a way that feels bigger and more meaningful to you, okay? I just called 1333. I heard bigger and more meaningful to you, so showing up in ways that are bigger and more meaningful to you. All right, I want to pull 2 action cards, okay? 2 tarot cards for the Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What action do you all need to take? What action, Spirit, what do you... Okay, I'm looking in the clouds. It's a very beautiful sunset, and I'm seeing like planes go from all type of directions, even the lines looking like mountains. And so adventure, okay, being adventurous, being open, being variety is a word that I'm hearing. I just called 14, 14, 41, 41. Thank you. Look at that. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, he is in action, but he is in action based on how he feels. He is in action based on what makes him passionate, what makes him excited, okay? What makes him, I just heard, invigorated, okay? A lot of throat chakra energy here. So expressing yourself, and I'm also getting expressing yourself. Okay. because he's making offerings, Taurus. And when I heard expressing yourself, I heard even making an offering. But what I'm getting is like, what you're doing though by expressing yourself, it's not like you're making an offering to get something or trying to. This is more or less like an offering for more love. Like, it's kind of like, excuse me, excuse me, it's kind of like you're putting yourself out there, you're acting, you're expressing yourself in a new way, you are doing things in a new way to offer, to say like, hey, I want to be in more love, I want to create more. Whether this is, it feels heavy like love, okay, but this could be work, this could be partnerships, creativity. It's just you expressing like, okay, I want more, I'm willing to offer more. But you have to look at that, the Lovers. I can't make this up. Y'all saw that pop up. Okay, so definitely some love here needing to open up, but so that you can attract and you can be compatible. But what I was going to say before the Lovers popped out, which is why the word attraction and compatible is coming up, is because you do have to go through this release again. Thank you, Ace of Cups. I can't make this up, y'all. It's beautiful. And you got the Eight of Swords on the bottom as we talk about release. You do have to go through this purification, remember, and this release, and then this expansion. Because that's what it is when we talk about fulfillment. And when I'm seeing the word fulfillment for you, Taurus, I'm seeing FULLFEELMEANNT. I'm gonna spell it across the video. Fulfillment. You are in a space where everything that you do, everyone that you connect to, everywhere that you go, everything that you put your hands on needs to be fulfilling. It needs to make you feel full, and it needs to be meaningful. Fulfillment, okay? And that energy is here for you. Like the all of the action cards that you're getting, everything that Spirit is telling you to do, it is about being in the energy of love, okay? Being in the frequency of miracles, okay? I just heard Divine Compensation, which is a book that I'm rereading, okay? That may be resonating for someone. You may need to read that book. But being in the energy of love, like you have so much beautiful love energy here. And if you're wondering like, I want this, I can feel it, where is it? Am I not in alignment? It's time for you to offer more to yourself. And that offering is actually a way, it's like a release, expansion, which is an offering to you in your life. So Taurus, you are releasing and expanding as a offering to yourself in your life. You recognize that you have outgrown, okay, the old way of being, the old way of controlling, the old way of doing things, as you manifest new love in your life, new life in your life is what I heard. New motion, okay? And literally meaning like new activity, new energy, but new motion in the sense of like, okay, more love, more prosperous things, reciprocity, more promising engagements, networking, etc. Everything around you is ready and willing to pour into you, and you're ready and willing for it. Spirit is just saying, release your old self, release the old and embody the new. 1818 as we end this message. Sending you so much love, Taurus. I hope that this resonates. Share it with a Taurus that you know. Share it with someone who it resonates with, okay? Like, leave me a comment. Until next time, peace.